coming up. Let's do it. I want you to get excited about your life.
Here we go, in 10.
Stand by, camera 6.
If it's happening now, we're going to deal with it now.
Stand by, Dr. Phil.
This is going to be a changing day in your life. I'm taking people with real problems and moving them into the Dr. Phil house.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Dr. Phil Show. I'm Dr. Phil. Today we will have a very few special guests. On February 28th, a young lady by the name of Jenny Daigle went to the St. John Regional Hospital to receive treatment for her abdominal pain when she ran into some unfortunate circumstances. We also have a very interesting professional, one of my very close friends as well, to share her view. But first, I'd like to welcome Jenny to the stage.
Thanks, Dr. Phil. I'm happy to be here.
So, Jenny, would you like to share with the audience why you're here today?
I sure would, Dr. Phil. As many as you may think, I look like an average person walking in the streets. I have a boyfriend, I have a job, and I have a life. However, what most of you may not know is that I've been suffering from IV drug addiction for the past 5 years. Growing up, I never imagined myself to become a user. However, while attending university, I put myself into bad situations, hung around bad people, and made some bad choices.
So, I understand that last month you had an issue that required medical attention. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, well, I woke up that morning and I had a lot of pain in my right stomach. I felt so bad that I puked. I called my boyfriend and he took me to the emergency room where I was given a number and I was told to wait in the waiting room. It didn't take long before my pain started to get worse, and then they brought me into a room where a nurse was waiting to ask me a few questions. She asked about my family history and all the basic stuff. However, once they asked me about my illicit drug use, I first felt a little scared to mention that I was a user, but I thought the hospital was a safe place to share that type of stuff. But the reaction I got from the nurse kind of made me think otherwise.
Well, what do you mean? How exactly did she react?
Well, the atmosphere immediately changed. Once we began talking, talking about my pain, she asked are you sure you just weren't high? And it almost was like she was scared to touch me. The whole atmosphere and the environment seemed very negative.
Really? That doesn't really sound like something that nurses should do.
Exactly. At the time, I was just in so much pain, I didn't even process it. However, I was placed in a room and I heard the nurses outside my room call me that druggie. I couldn't believe that they wouldn't even call me by my own name.
Well, this seems to be a situation where the nurses involved did not have enough personal knowledge to treat you as the person you are. Rather, they treated you as your illness. Therefore, I would like to invite a very special guest. She is the theorist behind the science of unitary and irreducible human beings theory. She is here to apply her theory to help us resolve this problem and hopefully involve other nurses and provide them with information and methods that they could use her theory in their own practice. Martha, would you like to come out? So, after hearing about Jenny's story, what's your opinion on the situation?
Well, Phil, my theory of science of unitary human beings views nursing as both a science and an art. The purpose of the nurse is to promote health and well-being. The clients are the ones who are considered unitary beings and cannot be divided into parts, but have to be looked at as a whole. We should view the patient holistically and consider persons' experiences, expressions, and perceptions for the nursing assessment. My theory explains that humans and the environment are both made of energy, that humans are an important aspect of their environment, more than just a creature of their environment. The human field and the environment field are constantly exchanging energy, which means they're constantly interacting with each other. In Jenny's case, she would have benefited from being viewed as an individual, having being surrounded by a positive environment, and through the use of a therapeutic touch by the nurses.
Wow, Martha. That is a very interesting and informative view on our situation here. I think that we should bring Jenny's nurse out and see what she's learned from all this information we've gained today.
Yes, I think so too.
Okay. So now I'd like to welcome the nurse who was involved in this situation. Emily, would you like to come out? So welcome to the Dr. Phil show. So after listening to our dear Martha discuss her nursing theory, is there anything that you'd like to take away from all this information gained here today?
I sure will, Dr. Phil. From now on, I'll make sure to address my patients as human beings and not their illness. I will also try to create more positive energy, especially around my patients. I'm sorry, I graduated before UMBSJ even had a theory class. I'll definitely try to close the theory to practice gap and better my practice as a registered nurse.
Well, that sounds like a grand idea. Why don't we hug it out?
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week, folks. So I'll see y'all next week.
Been here so long.
I kept clapping every single time. Can I take this off now?
Yep. It's in the environment.
And you remember
I'm sorry, okay. You're walking again. I'm so sorry. I just can't even handle Dr. Phil right now.
I sure will, Dr. Phil. I sure will, Dr. Phil. From now on, I'll make sure to address my... I'm sorry, I graduated before UMBSJ. Sorry, I graduated... I'm sorry.
Look over there. Just look at my general direction, but don't look at my face.
I'm sorry, I graduated UMBSJ. I'm sorry, I graduated... I'm sorry, I graduated...